Dang it! Truck stopped on the side of the road. Better let people know I'm here. Good thing I brought a flare. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Retired Review. Today I'm taking a look at set number 8521, Flare. The set was released in 2000, contains approximately 44 pieces, and during time of release was about $6. Alright, the first or second of the mutant Slizers depending on what website you're reading. If you're reading Brickset, then it's the first of the mutant Slizers. If you're reading any other website, it's a second. First, a disclaimer. This set review will be my personal opinion and will be through the lens of a Bionicle fan. I'm not trying to be objective here or be an aggregate for other people's opinion. I'm just giving you what I think about this based on my experience with the Bionicle construction theme. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Let's start off with the build. It's reasonably straightforward and it's actually an atypical Slizer build. It's not like Torch or Amazon or Scuba. It's definitely more along the lines of Ski, but with some adjustments made. I'm going to start off with the positives. I like the color scheme. It's a fairly hard to mess up color scheme. The visor isn't anything memorable, but the color scheme is very nice. It's black and orange. Nothing too offensive there. Additionally, I really like the discs that this comes with. It comes with two. They're glow in the dark. One of them shows the asteroid hurtling toward planet Slizer, about to blow it to pieces. And the other one shows, of course, Flare. Speaking of the discs, let's go over his functions briefly because I like those. The first you have is, of course, the gear system, which will move his head up and down and most of his upper torso. That's operated by the tail in the back. You have to turn that. And speaking of the tail, the other function is the disc throwing function. Now, there's nothing to clip the arm into, so you basically have to hold it where you can, and then you can fling the disc wherever. That about ends the positive things I have to say about this set. If you've been following this series week to week, or just binging, you may recall I was fairly harsh on Jet. Jet was not a Slizer I was particularly fond of. I didn't think it was a very good Slizer, I didn't like how it looked, I didn't like its functions, I didn't have really anything positive to say about it whatsoever. Flare, in my opinion, is an entirely new level of terrible. I really do not like this Slizer, and it is without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, my least favorite Slizer, bar none. The wings are awkward. I don't like how they're attached, they're limited in their posability, and when it comes time to fold, and we'll get to that later, it's incredibly cumbersome and awkward to deal with. The feet, I don't like the feet. It worked for Ski, I thought that was fine. Here, it doesn't really do anything visually interesting. I don't know why they're like this as opposed to just normal Slizer feet. Is it a balance issue? That hasn't stopped them before. Additionally, the tail, it doesn't clip in anything. So it's difficult to actually get the disc to launch because you spend most of your time holding it in place hoping that it doesn't move too much while you pull the disc back to release it and let it fly. The torso isn't anything special to write home about. It's a fairly straightforward build. It's nothing interesting at all. The majority of this set is black. Orange is the highlight. I would have preferred if it had been mostly orange with black being the highlight. Unfortunately, this set it's so awkward and a challenge to hold, to pose, to interact with. It's just not enjoyable to me at all. Let's get to the canister real quick. He does come with a canister, features his primary color scheme, usual stuff, branding, disc, arm, and belt loops. The folding for this one is, it is just such a pain. I will never remember the specifics for this folding ever. And after looking them up, I could only find grainy, blurry instructions as to how to fold him, so I was constantly getting it wrong. Honestly, I'm not even sure I got it right here. This is my best estimation based off of what I could find online. It was such a hassle, I didn't like doing it, I had no enjoyment out of this entire process whatsoever. But there you go, he can fold up, he can go in the canister, it is what it is, I guess. One final thing, which is definitely more of a nitpick, Neither of these discs are part of his native color scheme. I don't know why they're glow in the dark. I assume it's because they're mutant Slizers, and it sets them apart, because they don't use the glow in the dark discs again until 2004. At the end of the day, I really do not like this set. Easily my least favorite Slizer. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it plays. I don't like how it poses. There is nothing about this Slizer that I think is better than any other Slizer, or heck, even any other Construction set, period. This was not fun to do, not fun to interact with. If I had to pick one Slizer I could wipe off the face of the planet, it's this one. 100% under no circumstances would I ever recommend you ever buy this unless you're trying to get it for someone as a joke or punishment. This was immensely unfun. I'm very excited to be done with this review and done dealing with this Slizer specifically, because it really is not good in my opinion. If you like it, that's perfectly fine. Nothing against you. Personal preference is up to the individual. And if you enjoy this set, no problem whatsoever. I'm just saying I really don't like it. And that about does it. What do you think? Do you like Flare? Do you agree with me and don't like Flare? Let me know. Hopefully either in the comments below, if they still exist, or over on the TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Thank you all so very much for watching, and join me next time when I go over the next mutant Slizer, Spark. Once again, thank you so very much, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.